All right, so I am live. Very exciting. I'm actually very excited to see how this whole live stream goes because this is like the first time I've ever done one of these and had no idea what I was going to say. I planned absolutely nothing out at all, and I'm just going to talk, and that's really it. And then see, what ends up being talked about. I haven't been able to do one of these in an extremely long time just because I've been so busy, with my new job, also doing online school, and trying to start a multi-billion-dollar company. It's, a lot of work, but I really have no idea what I'm even going to say. I do know that a lot has happened since I've last done a live stream. First, I renamed CWT Business Development to CWT Holdings and turned my company into like pretty much a completely new direction. Like at first with CWT Business Development, I was finding these really small, businesses and kind of developing them, like the name suggests, into bigger businesses. And that's still something I'm doing, but now I'm investing in these businesses as well and using, my actual like marketing skills and developing these into, as basically a way to increase my investment. Like essentially, with CWT Holdings, I'm doing, really just investing and also marketing work, but the marketing work is basically a time investment. And what I mean by that is before I was just, marketing and I was getting, money for doing so. Now I'm marketing and getting equity for doing so. But it's also not just about marketing either, because I'm also buying actual, equity stakes in larger startups. I'm talking about like $10 million plus valuations. Obviously, I'm not buying the whole company, but it's like I'm buying, these equity stakes in these businesses. And that's kind of like a big difference between what I'm doing now and what I was doing before. Because I'm actually, doing a like better job of actually, just in the investment start and letting that increase. I'm also doing, a lot of work outside of startups as well. I've been developing cryptocurrency, stuff like that. And yeah, like it's all been super exciting. Hopefully, like if anyone's listening, let me know in the script, like in the comment section, if you can actually like hear and see me, because I'm using my like mobile hotspot to kind of like, broadcast from the computer. So the connection might not be as good as it is normally. So just let me know if you can actually hear me. Also, I'm going to try and get, the link out to my social media real quick so they can see me live. And yeah, that should be exciting. Let's see. That's kind of what I've been doing. I've been buying a lot of different, stuff like cryptocurrency for one. Because crypto crashed, I've basically used it as an opportunity to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I possibly can. Also, other, cryptocurrencies as well. I now own more Polygon, the Graph. Trying to think of what else XLM Stellar. And I just been accumulating all these, like cryptocurrencies, and actually, when things do go back to normal and the crash reverses, I'll be able to, make a good chunk of my investment. It's always interesting, like the mindset when an investment's doing really well and an investment's doing really bad. Like I remember when, Bitcoin was at $55,000 a coin after it just, went down from like 60K. And I looked at that $55,000 and I was like, that is an excellent price. I need to buy as much as I can. So I bought, as much as I could at $55,000. And then Bitcoin fell to 50 and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I want to put any more in. And it amazes me that my brain works that way, because if something is appealing at $55,000, it should also be appealing even more so at $50,000. And that's what I've tried to, or that's how I've tried to look at it. Instead of believing, or like it's basically, I need to believe in myself, in the research that I've done, and all the due diligence that I've, done on these different cryptocurrencies. And basically, if I've concluded that this is going to be something important in the next 10 years, I should be buying this at whatever price I can get it at. And since I do believe that we will see Bitcoin at $500,000 a coin, not anytime soon, but in my lifetime, it really seems like a dumb decision not to buy as much as I possibly can. So that's really what I've, been doing. I've been buying as much Bitcoin as I possibly can, which is, I'm in an interesting position because I also, don't just invest in cryptocurrency. I invest in, stocks, and now investing in startups. And that's really been a big thing to me. Like all the money, that I make and have, I have to figure out exactly, what I'm putting in what. So mostly I'm putting basically as much as I can into, S&P 500 like ETFs and individual stocks that I believe in 100%. That is where, most of my money goes into. And then something like 15% of my, entire investing portfolio is in cryptocurrency. Now, this is not, this is mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum because these are ones that I think are going to be the most impactful in the next, 10, 15 years. Grim, I have no idea who that is, but those are the ones I think are going to be, most important in the next, 10 to 15 years. And also, the rest goes into startups. Like starting in August, I want to invest in, a startup a month and kind of start building returns on, all of those. I feel like if I can build significant returns on, the startups I'm investing in now, when I open up my rolling fund, in the next, 5 years, I'll be able to go to these like institutional investors, show him everything that I've, been able to do. And yeah, that's really it. I am definitely not rich. I just have a lot of goals. But yeah, that's something that I find like very interesting and a really, I don't know, it's a really like important thing. Anyway, that's really like all that I have, going on right now. And that's kind of like the only, really like update that's been happening since I've last done one of these live streams. And it's going to be really interesting to see how, all of that goes. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.